and welcome to Sibos 2025 in Frankfurt. I'm Hannah Wallace, and joining us in the FinextraTV studio is Akber Jaffer, CEO of Smartstream. Akber, it's great to have you in the studio. Thanks for joining us.
Great to be here, thank you.
And it's been a very busy Sibos already for you. You've announced the strategic rebrand, which we'll come to more in a minute. But first, I want to talk about AI. This is at the heart of a lot of discussions you're having over the course of Sibos. Of course, it is for everyone. But tell us, how educated do you think institutions are in managing the data aspect of AI? Let's start there.
Yeah, well, what a great question. So first of all, wonderful to be here. I do think AI is definitely the buzzword, has been for a little while, and it continues in terms of conversations going on at Sibos. I think in terms of education levels, what we're hearing from customers is they are really experimenting quite a lot with artificial intelligence. But the challenge, as you said in your question, is really the data. You really do need, today I think a lot of our clients have what I think could be politely termed as federated data, and therefore how do you connect that data and in many ways centralize it in a logical place and therefore be able to extract value from it. And so I think I was fortunate when I became CEO of Smartstream a couple of years ago that we had already started investing in machine learning and data science and obviously evolved that to artificial intelligence. But there are real use cases and there is real value to be extracted from it, but it also has to come with governance, and it needs certain hygiene factors such as data being very ready, very clean, to be able to analyze and to be able to extract value from it.
Yeah, there are a lot of considerations that come with artificial intelligence. And you touched on this already, but how is it being leveraged then to deliver real business value? And what are the tangible examples of that as well?
Yeah, so I think if we take one area such as reconciliations, where Smartstream operates quite a lot, what you see is multiple data sets that need to come together to look essentially for exceptions. Look for where data is not flowing through the system and therefore has an impact on balance sheet, has an impact on payments, has an impact on settlement or trading activities. So taking those specific data sets, what you really see is that AI can be used not only to ingest that data much faster, but be able to clean that data much faster to make suggestions around repetitive exception items and how those are resolved. And the AI can really learn those aspects as an operator goes through and solves those problems and makes it solutioned in a much more automated way. So there are real examples around payments, there are real examples around trading activity where AI can be applied today.
So how can banks then incorporate AI innovations into their everyday operations whilst keeping that trust and human element? Because those are important elements as well to take into account.
So we really do view at this stage of evolution of AI is really marrying artificial intelligence together with human intelligence. That's really where you're getting the value today. One can't exist without the other. However, we did touch on that there are certain hygiene factors or governance aspects that organizations need to be aware of and are very aware of. All the institutions that we have at Sibos are predominantly regulated. And so regulation forms a large part of the consideration of how AI can be adopted. And so therefore that human intelligence aspect continues to be an important element of leveraging AI. Purely from a regulation perspective, I think. Now, things will evolve, I think, over the next 6, 12, 18 months, but certainly today, those are the key things that need to be looked at. How do you essentially get federated data to centralize it to extract value? How do you ensure the human aspect or human intelligence is married with artificial intelligence? And how does that lead on to continued and valid regulation?
And of course, this all feeds into the announcement regarding your strategic rebrand to keep up with this data-centric future that we're seeing. Tell us more about that, and perhaps you could share some advice for those looking to thrive in this new era of AI as well.
Yeah, no, delighted. Thanks for asking that. Look, I think Smartstream, one of the reasons we've kind of launched this rebrand in time for Sibos is really we want to talk about the core value of where Smartstream has come from. And when we did undertake the rebrand, we really talked to market participants and employees. And what's reflected in the new brand is a lot of the history of Smartstream, but also the future. And the history and the future are really represented by our role working with predominantly financial institutions, but beyond financial institutions as well, where we're really unlocking their data, really unlocking the insights from their data so they can take action with that. We see that, as I mentioned before, with the marrying of artificial intelligence with human intelligence. But it's really about how do we help financial institutions and other enterprises really unlock the value of their data. And a lot of our brand identity and our brand narrative is really focused on making sure that message is clear about what we stand for and how we can help our customers.
Some good advice to end on, Akber. Thank you so much for sharing your insights, and really interesting to hear what Smartstream is doing in this space. Looking forward to reflecting on those further down the line, but for now I'll let you get back out there. Thank you very much.
Great, thanks for having me.